Honestly, I'm surprised my camera still works. Last time I used it, it froze up every 3 seconds. So if that happens again, I'll just put footage in the background of probably Destiny 2. I originally wanted to make this video for closure to other people in my Discord server that I still have, to the handful of viewers that tuned in for my streams. But I talked to a friend about this, and it was difficult to actually record this. And he kind of put it in perspective. It's more closure for me more than anything, because it shouldn't be this difficult to do this. I I failed, right? I've been trying content creation for almost 2 years as of ending late May. And I remember trying so hard and I wanted it so bad. And I've thought a lot about this, and I think the thing that went wrong is that I was way too hard on myself. I expected I expected too much. I expected something that was so unbelievably impossible. I expected success. Every stream had to be better. And anything less than success was a complete and total failure. I couldn't get a 99. I had to get 100. And when I didn't get 100, I would beat myself up about it. It was 100% a loss of the mental game. I would have my moments on stream, and they were great, right? I don't regret that I did it. I'm glad that I did. I hate to throw the cliche line out there that, I've grown a lot from this experience, um, but I really have. At the end of the stream, I would get a stream summary. It was both emailed to me and I could see on Twitch, and I would see them. And right now, if I were to look at those numbers, like those are solid numbers. But in the moment, I'm like, no, I could do better. I know I could do better. I was incredibly hard on myself, and I lost the mental game. I burnt out so quick. Towards the end, it was miserable to stream. I didn't want to, but I felt the need to do it. And all the while I was streaming, I would think, what else needs my attention now? I'm dedicating 3 to 4 hours of stream, not including editing time. I'm using so much of every day to this. What else am I missing? I still needed to get my driver's license. I'm 18 years old. I only got my permit and I let it expire. Um, I was doing okay in school. I didn't have a social life at all, but I knew there were many things that needed my attention that I neglected, because I truly thought to the bottom of my heart that I could do this. And like, I can do this. And once it works, I can show that my time hasn't been wasted. If I look back at the statistic on Twitch, there's an award for milestones of how long you've streamed. And the last time I checked, I was at 2.5 thousand hours of total time stream, not counting recording individual videos and editing. So I've spent a solid over 5,000 hours on this. And I can't emphasize of how much I truly believed I can do this. I was too arrogant. I thought I was so ahead of the curve and that I deserved more and I needed more and I wasn't getting it. I would always like blame the algorithm. I'm like, oh, I need to stream at better times. I need to be more energetic. This, that. I It was bad. December of 2025, like the moment it hit 2025, I realized like, hey, I'm gonna start college next school year. I like doing college with all these dog sitting things, because that's my main source of income, is taking care of 17 plus families' dogs with streaming, and I still need to get my driver's license. Like, I can't juggle all that time. So I decided to make an end date, right? June 28th would be the end. I would try as much as I can till June 28th of 2025, and then if it wasn't viable, I'm out. I stopped streaming late May, I believe, maybe early May, somewhere's around there. Um, like I said, it just felt miserable, and I felt horrible for giving up on it because I had invested so much time. Because I had realized these things need my attention, and because I dropped it in May, I was able to get my learner's permit again, not my license, but my permit, because the other one expired. I'm driving way more. I'm reading a human anatomy book to prepare for medical school to become a paramedic, or EMT. There we go, EMT. I'm already halfway through the book. I actually enjoy it. Like, this is interesting stuff I'm reading. So whatever job I land in the medical field, I know I'll probably like. I remember posting YouTube shorts and YouTube videos, and the shorts would get sometimes 2,000 views, other times 10,000, 20,000 even. It started doing really good towards the end. And I remember seeing those numbers and thinking, okay, next one, let's run it back, do it again. Like, there was no celebration. There was no, oh, yes, I did it. You know, look, the thing I worked super hard on, it's just doing good. Yes, okay, let's keep going. It was, all right, because that's what I had expected, right? That was in my brain. Before I even posted the video, I'm like, this is gonna do good. And so when it did do good, okay, next one. But when it did bad, or any small difference of beneath what I expected, I would think, how could I make it better? What else could I have done? Maybe I could have edited this, or maybe in the clip itself I could have talked more. Maybe I should have focused on this and not that. And which, there's nothing wrong with being hard on yourself, because how else do you improve? But to the extent of how hard I was on myself, it's too much, too far. At the beginning, I streamed every single day, and that was too much. I had to be better and better and better and better, and it was completely unreasonable and completely unobtainable. Right? I failed. And that was my biggest mistake. I don't think I'll ever come back to this. No. Mm-mm. But I am very, very thankful for the few that stuck around. The people who tuned into just about every stream. And I just want to give a special thanks to the key individuals who stuck around. That being Toby, he was the first consistent viewer I had. I was playing Destiny 2 Gambit when he first tuned in, and he stuck around for a good bit. And then there was Diddy Dan. That was his original username, but ever since the whole P Diddy stuff came out, he changed his username to Danoki, and he actually got he became a Twitch affiliate. Thankfully, very recently. I do highly encourage to go check out his Twitch and his YouTube. I'll probably have images up here of the following. He introduced me to Grounded, which I did really like, and I'll definitely get the second game when it comes out. And then Potato Addict, probably the most peculiar one out of them all. But he was always nice to talk to, no matter what it was he talked about. Then there's Sunrise, which we talked about Overwatch 2 patch notes, because I always enjoyed reading the patch notes and going over them and giving them my thoughts. And Sunrise would like respond with their thoughts, and it was always nice talking to them, even while I was playing Overwatch, and at any point they were here. And then there's Citrus, who's also here for a good chunk of the Overwatch streams. A handful of viewers kind of got sick of Overwatch every single day, but Citrus was there. Yeah, Citrus was. They were always a delight to see in the chat. And then last but not least, Fuzzy. He introduced me to Elden Ring, which I got hooked for, 3 weeks? I beat the base game, it got halfway through the DLC, and then dropped it, unfortunately. But he would always tune in into the late streams, this being, 10 p.m. through 12 or something? And the rare occasions, the rare times I did actually stream that late, he was always there. While I did fail at streaming, that won't stop me from trying my absolute hardest at whatever I choose next. When I end this video and I go about editing it, which hopefully should be today, this whole chapter of my life will be over. And I'll start anew. Thank you for everything. Bye bye.